Aha! Ooh. Love dies. We have the suspect in custody. You are not necessary. That's very suspicious. So why are you calling? I'm under orders to cooperate with you. Nenarosito. Nenarosito? I don't know what that word means. Who's giving you your orders? Judge has assumed authority while this crisis is resolved. Haven't you been briefed? Are you just wandering around without a clue? We have a suspect that was found with the murder weapon. He has motive and history. He was found with the council's blood in his stomach. We're not making a super collider here, Nenarosito. I don't know what Nenarosito is. I could be pronouncing it wrong. Henry broke free, tore through the prison bridge, breached the Holy Seals, and murdered the council. Case closed, investigator. That's very suspicious. I hope this is as simple as it appears. The suspect is back under inhibitor sedation. Inhibitor sedation? Damipute? Inhibitors are injected into him to keep him sedated. Go ask Dune Jazz if you want to know more. Fuck, we have to talk to that guy more. I am guarding the suspect at the desolation cell on the rock if you need to speak to me again. Yeah, I do, actually. The control panel to raise the bridge has been updated to accept your blood vial. Only I have access to the prison, but Judge ordered me to authorize you. Bridge across the prison is on the south beach. That's where we are. Goodbye, Nenarosito. Well, she was very suspicious in the fact that she was like, yeah, case closed, don't worry about it. You know, that's real sussy. Also, what is this? This is where we wanted to get before. That's what I was going to say. I said we were looking for a way on top of the building. And boom. We can get around there when we want to. But that, I feel, is a story for another time because we've got to keep moving. Oh, give me that blood crystal. Give me that shit. I need it. Num 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 num. We've got to keep moving towards her because I feel like we've got to talk to her. I don't know if this game is one long case or if it's several cases. Can we not get down there from here? Do we need to take the way that we just unlocked? Is that it? Maybe. No one knows. 0 people know. No one knows. It's unknowable. How do I get in there? How do I get in there? How do I get in there? I don't think this is the way. I think I better check out. Ooh, not the right way. Boom. I think I better check out this way that was the way before. Boom. Is this it? Is this all it was? On a freaking in that to get in there? It's all it was a oh. Oh, can we get up there? No, we were up there before. How do I get there? I have a feeling we need to talk to that guard man and he'll let us through, but how do we get to him? Jump in the river? I don't think so. Go under here somehow? Get whatever this thing is? Does that unlock it? Children don't have a next life. Great. Ugh, damn it. Oh. Am I the stupidest man alive? It appears that I am. Never mind, everyone. The case is solved. The massive gaping hole is the way I'm supposed to get in. These bars on the prison bridge have been destroyed.
Sure.
I presume this is how Henry got out. The desolation cell is connected to the mainland by this bridge. There's some residue. I'll run it through Starlight. Analyzing. Beep boop. Residue sample 68.7% thermite, 29% barium nitrate, 2% sulfur, 0.3% polybutadiene acrylonitrile. I got so far through that one and then just it all blew up, ironically. Acrylonitrile. I think that's what I said before. I don't know. Maybe I'm dumb? Certainly. Anyway, no traces of unknown chemicals found. So no traces of unknown chemicals. I know what thermite is. Off the top of my head, I know that it's... I mean, look at the buzz. It's very useful for blowing something up. Yeah.
Ooh.
Someone may have
Investigation
melted.
here.
It not necessarily blowing things up. Melting. It gets very, very hot. So it's not demonic in nature. It's... The door leads to the barracks. It's a secure tunnel to the desolation cell where Henry is incarcerated. It is coded only to Akiko's blood vial. So only Akiko could get in and out. Very suspicious. Part 2. The story of Akiko what-so-fuck.
Sure.
What's your deal? Security. After last night, I'm here to man the bridge controls.
That's
Why?
weird.
These are the only controls. The Grand Marshal is guarding the killer. If he escapes again, which he won't, I'm here to raise the
Sure.
bridge. Good. Just in time. Glad Paradise is safe now. Wow, we just shat on that guy. She said we'd be let in. We have to fucking figure out a code? Alright. These are pretty easy, though. Skullface, weird horn, and curly horn. Boom. This one's the easiest one, because it's just 2. And give me Skullface, and then short horn. Boom. Nice and easy. Oh boy. I was like, that's a really long, thin bridge that I'm going to fall off of because I'm not going to be paying attention. And then it brought up the cage. There better be a save point on the opposite side because, mamma mia, I'm not running back the other way. This, so far, I don't know what the deal is. What the fuck? Has everything gone red? Or just me? Desolation cell. So far, this woman seems very suspicious. Because... look, save point. Like, that's it's so suspicious that I don't even think it's her. That's criminology 101. You know, it's crime game 101. That's investigation. If someone's out there basically doing something so suspicious that you have to think it's them, it can't be them. It can't be her because she has literally done the old, oh, you know, don't need to investigate more. I've figured it out. Don't worry about it. Go home. Crime solved. Thanks to me. The crime that I didn't do. I was kind of close. Nenorochito.
What the hell?
I beg your pardon. I'm calling you something unspeakable in my native language.
Oh, I'm glad to be back.
Good to see you again, Akiko. Grand Marshal Akiko 14. Born in Mihai Day, Romania in 18991 under the sign of New Knight. The Grand Marshal recruits, trains, and leads her marshals in any military activity the Syndicate performs. Akiko was born an orphan in Mihai Day, Romania during the Reign of Gods. She was drafted into the army of New Knight as Damned Harmony's forces pushed across Eastern Europe. At age 13, she was leading guerrilla operations after excelling at hand-to-hand and weapons-based combat. When the Great Betrayal happened, she fled to join the Syndicate. New Knight had given her a home and a purpose. She had no intention of forsaking her god. I'll brief you on the murderer. Fuck you.
I have a bad
Suspected
feeling about
murderer.
this.
We haven't been on trial yet. Everyone gets a fair shake. So she's speaking Romanian, I'm guessing? It's very odd because her... I could be thinking about it wrong. Her style, other than like the head thing, looks kind of Egyptian on the chest, or maybe Aztec. I don't know. Maybe they just went for stylistic choices. Be cool if that was the like some sort of traditional Romanian thing, or if they're like maybe like a modernized version of a thing, because that would be a very cool way to design the character. That I'm not pronouncing, which means shut the hell up. Henry Division has been incarcerated for a decade. Before his incarceration, he was arrested multiple times for us. I'm just going to do Russian because I cannot do Romanian. Robbery, assault, and attempted celestial rituals. He has been under watch by his school and served a short jail time for attempting to communicate with gods in a failed ritual. 1 year later, he succeeded in communicating with the gods. Demon poured in through the psychic pathways he opened. Henry was possessed by a demon and killed his mother in their apartment. We arrested him, but he had already tainted the island. We sealed off the area around his apartment, the concrete sarcophagus over the dead zone. Henry resisted arrest and murdered our chief exorcist, Grace Bloodlines. He's been kept here in the desolation cell full of inhibitors ever since.
Wow.
So how did he escape? I removed him from his cell and took him to the ritual stone. The blood pools in the recesses of the stone, and the blood pools in the recesses of the stone and stops the tainted liquid from touching the island. That Labajou took his chance when I opened the cell. He pushed me aside, and then he was gone. This was at 23:52.
That's weird.
You know the time precisely? I can tell you how many rounds are in a gun, any gun I pick up. I can tell you the weight of any sword you hand me. Soldiers make sure they know things,
Got
Nerarcito.
it.
How did Henry get a murder weapon? He took my combat knife. Simple. When he escaped in the struggle, he grabbed my knife. Did he attack you? No, he took it and ran. Where did you find him?
I'm a soldier.
Outside the council building at 3 past midnight. He was passed out. The demon did its work and left him broken. He had the knife with him. I attempted to secure the crime scene, but was unable to. We are not able to traverse the second holy seal. Atrebui Sateaduni Nabi and wrap this up. So is that what shut the hell up again? No, it's not. Wrap this up so we can execute him and go to the next island, Love
Crime
Dice.
is repulsive.
Our orders are to investigate before we execute him. Don't drag this out. Do your work and let me do mine. Here's my report about last night.
That Labajou.
And a report on the Labajou's history. Dr. Doomjazz left his medical report with me as well. Take it. Doomjazz examined Henry. When we found him, we called the doctor. It's standard practice to get him examined. Speak to Doomjazz if you want to know more. Goodbye, Nenorochito. Well, she was kind. This is Dr. Doomjazz's medical report for Henry. Doomjazz examined him laid out her Syndicate Health Assessment document. Citizen mania. Oh, fucking hell. Excuse me. Blah, blah.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Examination instructions state that citizens should be examined but not administer medication or care beyond what is necessary. Patient's body is strong but fatigued, showed clear signs of possession, scarring, burns, and arcane sigils. Blood work shows no sign of abnormalities or intoxication.
That's weird.
Patient had visible blood around the mouth. Tests show the blood matches several victims of the council members.
The investigator is here.
Further samples confirmed the blood was ingested via the mouth and within the stomach of the patient, likely ingested during the attack. Patient appears free from mental illness, but is suffering from amnesia, a common side effect of demonic possession. Patient has no memory of the decade since his possession. Patient doesn't remember anything about the events of tonight. How fucking convenient. Collapse most likely due to an extreme exhaustion from overexertion. During the patient's possession 10 years ago, arcane sigils were seared into his flesh by the possessing demon. These symbols were found drawn in blood at the crime scene. Since no exorcism was performed 10 years ago, Henry has been tortured by the demon contained within him. During prior examinations, the patient has complained about the white-hot rage inside him. He's a little anime boy. The patient's body has the correct dosage of demonic inhibitors. The correct dosage? What? That's huge. That's massive. That's... Did I just read that right? The patient's body had the correct dosage of demonic inhibitors? Either I'm not understanding something because the game's rules about demons and stuff, or that is massive and basically exonerates, is that the word I'm looking for? Basically proves him innocent. Because they're basically all saying him, the Scottish bloke, and the woman, Akiko, who I've turned into a Russian, have both said that, yeah, he's a demon, crazy demon, the demon did it. But he's got the demonic inhibitors. If that's what those two words mean. Inhibitors, demonic. Inhibiting the demon. So it's something to do with these two are up to something. Scotland and Russia are working together for the first time ever, and it's going as bad as well as anyone could expect. It's an unholy union, as they like to be known. My final assessment is that the demon within the patient managed to overcome the inhibitors at a crucial moment. That's horseshit. The patient escaped under the will of the demon with no memory of having it
Got
happened.
it.
Well, everything checks out. No, it doesn't. Shut up. I want to examine.
Got it.
This is where Henry started from, according to Akiko. She claims he broke free at 23:52 and was found at 003. You can crunch the numbers. I knew it. I knew it. As soon as they started mentioning time, I knew that the time wouldn't match up. I knew it. The distances and times don't match
What the
up.
hell?
He couldn't have broken free, made it to the made it to the penthouse, breached all 4 holy seals, killed the council, and have got back to the penthouse entrance to be found in time, the time Akiko claims. Something's going wrong. Also, she was supposed to be guarding him, and I don't know. It's not him, because there wouldn't be a game if it was him. Who the fuck are you? I don't know, I'm turning him Australian, I think. Henry Division, the prime suspect. A citizen born to Rena Division 27 years ago, father unknown. Arrested multiple times by the marshals for assault, robbery, arson, and torture. Imprisoned. Also like to point out, not murder. I know saying assault, robbery, arson, torture basically points to him being a bad dude, but criminals, man, like people who do that level of stuff have weird lines. He's not murdered before. Now he's murdered 5 people, very important people. Well, we actually don't know how many are on the council. I just assumed that many. But even then, it's more than that because there's the 2 outside. I don't know. Look, basically, I'm pointing at stuff and yelling like a madman. I'm a crazy person. You gotta believe me. I'm a hero. Arrested multiple times, imprisoned in the desolation cell after killing his mother during... Oh, well, there you go. He killed someone. Turns out I'm a moron. I should have literally just read about 5 words before, and now I look stupid. Killing his mother during his possession 10 years ago. Intellectual and creative, but finds it difficult to apply himself. I'll take literally everyone I know for 500, please, Alex. Also, I forgot to give Starlight's voice. Intellectual and creative, but finds it difficult to apply himself. He struggled through the schoolwork until he became aware of demonology and suddenly developed an interest in occult mathematics. I said, who the fuck are you? I'm calling him British now. Should we be kind?
Oh,
An investigator. I want to ask you some questions about last night.
Wanna have a nice little chat?
Okay, let's have a chat, a talk, a nice sit down. Yeah, here you go, he's Australian again.
sure.
A not very good Australian accent, none of my accents are good. Let's disclaimer that right now. When I say I've given that guy a Scottish accent and a Russian and this guy Australian, they are my approximation, my terrible approximation of their accents. Let's start with your history. You're a citizen born on this island 27 years
That's
ago.
strange.
No one knows who your father is.
Of course!
That's weird, isn't it, investigator? You syndicate fucks control this whole island, but you don't know who fucked my mum. No DNA check, no nothing. You've been in and out of the Marshal's detention center more times than anyone
That is a
else.
fact.
Fighting, robbery,
Or
arson,
true.
torture, and then finally got you locked up when you were possessed by a demon and killed your mother.
Don't
You
like
broke the
this.
law and started communicating with the gods.
Paradise feels wrong.
An act forbidden because the psychic pathways opened allow demons, other alien races to enter our reality and corrupt the island. I grew up without a dad on a synthetic island in a different reality, forced to worship gods that want to rule the world. I needed something to do. And some fuck started giving me books on demonology, said I was a gifted astral communicator or some shit.
Ooh.
You don't know who it was? Are you fucking deaf? Sounds like I need to look into this. Sounds like I need to look into this.
Don't.
I'm going
test
to need a
me.
drink after this. I'm going to...
Primus
Stop it.
repulsed. The investigator is here.
You couldn't handle communicating with cosmic beings, and a demon possessed you. Cosmic radiation poured out of you, and now we have the Dead Zone. A demon possessed you and killed your mother and Grace Bloodlines, our chief exorcist. Whatever you fucking say.
I don't.
No
like
memory of
this.
that either? Fragments. You ever try to catch a fish with your bare hands? The trick is to put your hand in the water and let the fish get used to it. Eventually the fish will swim into your hand and you can grab it. Grab too early and it gets away. Take your hand out because the water is too cold and you start all over again. That's what it's like for me and my memories. It might have happened. It probably happened. It definitely happened. It never happened. All of those are the same to me. Are we going to fucking get down to some actual questioning or what?
Sure.
Before that, tell me about the demon inside you. I've had 10 years of this fucking thing writhing around inside me. Glass shards in my bones, blood boiling, flesh on fire. It's been a real fucking party. Even if this guy isn't Australian, just by the way he talks, he's the demon. The demon inside him is an Australian person. That's guaranteed. I guarantee that. How does the demon make you act? My body used to be real pretty. Now look at me. I'm a grey husk covered in this demonic shit. These sigils constantly cook my flesh. 10 years of the stench of my own flesh being seared. I'd say it's had a pretty negative effect on my outlook and behavior. You got any fucking questions or what?